Hi, anyone and everyone. This is Kim, the Humble Hermit from Come As You Are Oracle. I am going to do a tarot collective for today. Today is Friday, September 19th, 2025. You may follow me on the attack, the tube, my blog, or not. Totally up to you. Take what resonates, leave what doesn't. If it doesn't fit, don't make it fit. If some of it fits, God's kiss. We love that for you. Whatever doesn't, leave it on the table for someone else. We don't need you taking on energy that wasn't meant for you. We're going to use Intuitive City Oracle by Rob Barthelman. You can find that at intuitiveintention.com. My Intuitive Intention on Etsy. He also sells his decks in the TikTok shop. Okay? This is what it looks like. Big shout out to my boss, T-Dog. Today is her birthday. I don't know exactly how old she is. She's older than she looks. I'll tell you that. She looks amazing for her age. I'm 45. I think she's like 10 years older than me. 12, maybe? We got one on the table. Two on the table. Three on the table. Four on the table. Okay, this is interesting. Who is this? Four. No major. No reverse. Five. Let's do two more shuffles. Was that two? Okay, we're going to do one more because I think that was two, but we're going to do one more. Just for funsies. I always feel like if you say two and then you don't realize if you did two or not, that's meant to be. You're supposed to do another one. Just my opinion. We got six with bottom of the deck, and we finally have one major. There's nothing really going on at bottom of the deck. Holy shit. What the... Y'all? Top of the deck is Page of Wands, the Hierophant, Strength, Two of Pentacles, the Wheel of Fortune, Eight of Cups, the Hermit, the Devil. It's like a mishmash of spectacular delights. All right, I'm gonna set that there because I don't have time for that. I don't want to make time for that. How's that? How are them apples? We got Eight of Swords. We've got Queen of Pentacles. We got Six of Wands. We got Seven of Pentacles. Four of Pentacles. And then bottom of the deck, we've got the Star. Feminine, masculine, take how it resonates. So it's funny because when the first three cards fell out, the Eight of Swords, the Queen of Pentacles, and the Six of Wands, I literally said to myself, someone is happy sitting in unhappiness. Here's the deal. Whoever this is. Was that the reading last night, or was it like, when was that? Was it last night? It doesn't go with the reading from last night or anything. I'm like, it just, Okay, so let me say this. Let me say this. With the Queen of Pentacles, the Six of Wands, the Seven of Pentacles, um, somebody has the know-how, the ability, the strength to overcome burdens, okay? With the Four of Pentacles here, some type of burden, right? Rob Barthelman put on the card materialist. Four of Pentacles in reverse is a spiritualist. Someone has the power to overcome their burdens, and yet with the Eight of Swords, whoever this person is, they get themselves into a tizzy. They get themselves into a tizzy about it. So let's take this Four of Pentacles at face value, right? Like I said, Rob Berthelman, the creator, put materialist on there as the description for the tarot card. Let's just say this person has a spending problem, right? Like they got to have the new Nikes every time they come out. And let's just say a new pair of Nikes comes out once a month. I don't know if that's true. I don't even like Nikes. Don't shoot me. Don't hate me. But let's say $300 a month, every month for a new pair of Nikes, okay? It's a problem. Who can afford that? 300 times 12, that's $3,600 a year, people. Mm-hmm. Right? 36? Yeah. Whoever this person is, they have the strength to overcome this addiction, addiction. But they're always in their head about it. Like, how am I going to get along without my Nikes? What are people going to think about me? What are my buddies going to think about me? My girlfriends? Like whatever the case. Like how am I going to get along in society if I don't have a new pair of Nikes every month? Let me say this. Let me liken this to my situation, okay? Because I've told you guys before that I have a spending problem. I always have, but I go through periods. Like I can go long periods of time without spending on stupid stuff, and then I go through periods where I'm like, oh, I need those 10 hoodies. Like mm, let me say it like this: last year, 2023, when I first started following tarot, getting into tarot, oracle. I mean, can I just tell you, this is sitting on my table right now. Can I just tell you how many decks I probably have? Do you want to hazard a guess? Now, granted, I probably did not buy my first tarot deck until probably maybe like May. I'm going to say like May of 2023. And I went for a little bit of a time with probably maybe like we'll say like 10 to 15 decks. Like I just bought so many in a row and then I kind of stopped for a while. And those were like my first few decks, okay? Like 10, I'm going to say 10 to 15 cuz I really don't remember. And then when I realized like I really was into it, I really enjoyed it, that this is what I wanted to do on my YouTube channel. And I only do it here. Sometimes I post some stuff to Instagram, but not that often. Facebook, like I'll repost from YouTube for friends and family. More or less for them to have a laugh because I don't think they really give a shit. No offense to them. I love them dearly. Um Probably like I don't know, October maybe of 2023. Like I just started like I went cuckoo crazy with decks, oracle and tarot. And even though like my Rob Barthelman deck, my Intuitive City Oracle deck, he calls it Intuitive City Oracle for a reason because this technically is not a true tarot deck because when you look at the cards, and I'm just going to hold up one from the deck. Like you look at the page of wands, right? It says enthusiasm. You look at page of wands in reverse, he wrote recklessness. These are to guide the reader. And it's very helpful for someone like myself who doesn't necessarily remember all of the exact meanings of the tarot cards. Because if you look at like a set of tarot card, instructions, like a little booklet, there's many meanings for upright, there's many meanings for reversal. I would say anywhere from like 4 to 6 for each one, for each card. And it's usually just catchphrases or words, right? Like innocent, beautiful, plump, whatever. I'm just making up words. But this is technically not a true tarot deck. It's considered an oracle deck because there's words on there other than Six of Pentacles, right? That's fine. It helps me. It's a tool. I love it. I use it. It is what it is. I have a couple of decks from Hattie Thorne that are like the same way. She put like an oracle word on there, a descriptive word on there to help you with your tarot. I have what is it? The tutorial tarot deck I got off TikTok like last year, like beginning last year, spring last year. It has like the signs on there. It has the meaning, the reversal meaning, the moon, the sun, like it's got all kinds of stuff on there to help you figure out like the meaning of the Page of Wands, right? I personally think those are great cards. I personally let me just be honest, even the most seasoned reader, I think being able to look at something like that might expand on your repertoire with the cards. Only because I see a lot of readers use like just a plain tarot deck, and that's fine, right? A Rider-Waite, like there's nothing wrong with that. Rider-Waite is a type of tarot card. It's like one of the original decks of tarot cards. I'm not really a fan. The pictures on them look kind of clownish to me. I don't know, but whatever. People love them, I have a few like different funky versions of Rider-Waite. I don't think I actually have a Rider-Waite. I could be wrong. Maybe I do. Because readers will say the same thing over and over again. The Hermit card, this is what it is. The Hermit card, this is what it is. But if you were to look at an Oracle Hermit card, if you were to look at the tutorial tarot card, like I said, I got off TikTok last year, it gives you multiple descriptions of what the card could mean. And it's just to kind of like jog your memory and get your speech going so you can say what you have to say of your own. You don't just have to say, oh, well, this card means patience. Like when I look at the seven of Pentacles from Rob Barthelman, he put patience. You don't have to say patience every time. Like there are other things that correlate with patience that you can say, right? When you use the tutorial tarot cards, it gives you more options, to kind of get your juices flowing. Because I watch a lot. I'm not trying to be an asshole, but I watch a lot of readers, and they literally just say the same thing over and over again for the wands, for the swords, for the major arcana, and it's kind of like don't you get sick and tired of doing like readings where you just basically say the same reading over and over and over again? That's why typically um I watch my Gemini sign readings. I watch my Virgo, and like I said, sometimes I watch Aries because I have an Aries moon. I do not watch all the signs. I don't like to watch all the signs. If readers put a timestamp in there, I will go directly to my sign and watch my sign, like the video, and leave. Because more often than not, some readers will literally just say the same thing for every sign. and they might get some intuitive nudge, some type of psychic nudge where they, they say something else. But in reality, I will literally watch a reader do like the 12 signs and they all sound the fucking same to me. And I'm just like, can we can we spice it up a little bit? That's why I like Rob Barthelman's. That's why I use this all the time, because sometimes I do say the word on the card, but sometimes when I look at it, I think of other things. Sometimes, and I'm just going to say this too, like sometimes with the 6 of Wands, right? Like I look at this and he wrote on there victorious. Sometimes I think of something like that doesn't even have to do with that, because I'll look at the picture, or like I'll take in everything as a whole and I'll be like, "Oh, that's not what that is." Because you have to look at the cards all together. But I'm just saying, it's nice to have the description on the tarot card, even though they technically don't consider them tarot. Anywho, what I'm saying is, back to my original point, I have a problem with cards. Like I probably have like 200 to 300 decks of cards. Oracle, tarot, fancy ones, not so fancy ones. I literally have 2 drawers filled now, 2.5 maybe. Um, I have 6 shelf sets. You can see the shelf set back there behind me, right? Back there behind me, the 3 shelves. I have 6 of those in this room filled, and I have 3 shelf sets, not exactly the same, but 3 shelf sets in my bedroom filled. I have decks in my car and my console, not a lot, maybe like 10. I mean, I literally have J. Edward Neal's. I have 5 decks sitting here on the table on my desk because I don't know where I'm going to put these. I took them out of my bedroom and I put some of the fancier ones in there that I'm not probably ever going to use because they're beautiful. And I don't want to mess them up because that's how crazy I am about decks. But I got these sitting here like I don't even have a home for them yet. When I say I probably have 200 to 300 decks, I probably have 200 to 300 decks. I should probably do another video because I think the last time I did a video was like the end of last year, beginning of this year. This table has 2 shelves underneath it, and I have like old drawers from dressers, just filled with decks. Filled with decks. I mean, there might be almost 100 down here just underneath this table. Not even kidding. I bought, I think, 3 decks from Hattie Thorne like a month ago. Um, Sue Klein was the winner of my free giveaway. She was literally the only person that participated. I sent her two decks from Amazon, and that's it. I really have not been going crazy buying the decks. I've been trying to abstain. I've been trying to not. I have like a ton of decks in my cart on Etsy. I haven't looked at that in probably like 2 or 3 months because I know if I go look at it, I'm gonna buy them, and I don't want to. I don't want to fork out the money. So right now I'm kind of going through, like, I'm trying to spend my money and save money for other things. Even though I love a good deck, um, I'm trying to be a good girl. But like I said, I go through waves where I don't spend and where I do spend. This 4 of Pentacles isn't necessarily about spending. I mean, take it as it resonates. Um Behind everything, eventually it comes back to money. So, if you say like, "Oh, I like to collect, you know, novels from the 1800 in their original binding." You got to have money to buy those, right? But I'm just saying, you might not look at the money aspect of it, but you might look at the book aspect of it and just say, like, I can't buy these books anymore. Instead of saying, I can't spend all this money on these books. Like, I'm not buying these books anymore. Either way, whoever this is, like I said, they have the means to conquer their obsession, their burdens, whatever you want to call it, their addictions. And I feel like with the star card, like whoever this person is, eventually they're going to kick their habit, whatever it is. And again, maybe it is spending. Maybe it's just overall spending. Maybe somebody just spends too much money on junk, you know? Kind of like the little gumball machines. Like, I mean, I grew up in the 80s, so the gumball machines, like, they had all kinds of little things in there, and my mom would give us 25 cents, 50 cents. Eventually some of them started getting up to like $1. You get stickers, little rubber balls. They used to have the little charms for bracelets and necklaces and all kinds of junk. Like, when I think of all the cents that woman gave us, that we could have saved her. I mean, probably not much, in a childhood. Like, what, maybe 50, $100 for each of us when we were kids on that stupid shit. Little dead rabbit's feet. Oh my god, that's the worst. That's the worst one. I used to love them. And when they started dyeing them funky colors because nobody was buying the ones that actually look like the fact that they're rabbit's feet. Anyway, yeah, maybe she spent like 50 to $100 on each of us throughout our childhood. Not like in a year or a month, but because it's not like we did that all the time. But maybe $50, maybe in the 80s, 90s. But like, those are like little things, like where you spend money where you don't need to spend money, right? So as we got older, we weren't interested in that. So my mom saved her pennies, she saved her quarters. It's kind of like the same thing. It's kind of like realizing, like, what do I really need versus what do I want? And even wants are necessary, right? Like, it's nice to treat yourself every once in a while. But at the same time, like, okay, like, do I have the money to get myself that $100 special edition Chicago album? And I'm talking about the musical group Chicago. They're pretty old. They're older than me. I'm just saying. Or am I gonna save the $100 but maybe spend $10 and just get the regular CD that I never had, but I would like it because it has the songs on there that I like. Do you know what I mean? Like, it like priorities, prioritizing. And I feel like if you can figure out how to do that, you can figure out how to manage your money better. If you can figure out need versus want, you probably aren't going to have any problem conquering this burden, this addiction, whatever it is. It's all mental. And I'm not trying to be an asshole, because I've said before, like, I thought I had an addiction to alcohol. There have been times where I feared like I was going to get addicted to pot. I like sex. Maybe I'm addicted to that. I don't know. But like I said, like, it is all mental. It is all mental. It's chemical. It's easier for some people to kick addictions, habits, than it is for others. And again, that's all mental. Like, do you come from a bloodline of alcoholics? Because then it's pretty much what a proven fact that, like, if your mom and your aunt and your grandmother and your great grandmother and your cousins are all alcoholics, you probably will be predisposed to that, right? Whether you become one or not is up to you. You have willpower. But it's mental. Everything is mental. It's conquering those demons, right? I'm gonna leave it there. I'm gonna leave it there because I don't need to. 25 minutes. I don't need to ramble on. I mean, I rambled on enough about the cards. I hope it resonates. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope, if anything, you were entertained. I'll talk to you later.